The world, here I am, frankjfUSA, back at you in the Golf Club 2 game. I'm going to jump in and play the second round of a tournament for one of my friends' societies, but before I jump into that, I just want to recap some things. Game's been out about a week now. A couple of days the servers were on the dodgy side, but everything seemed to settle down after a few days. Though there are still some designers out there reporting problems with importing their legacy courses from the old game that we can do, which is a great thing, but having problems with adjusting them, resetting them, reworking them, and crashing on save. So personally, I can't report that problem with the course designer. In the last game, I must have published 30-some courses, and only, a handful maybe that I was anywhere near happy with because I was lacking some skill in fairway and green design work. I have a dream course in mind that I want to do, but I'm currently spending some time reworking my Rutgers University course, which was pretty good, legitimate in location, and the parking lot was where it's supposed to be. The clubhouse was supposed to be where, the holes were laid out where they're supposed to be. The lengths from different tees was legitimate, and it just needed some work with fairway design and green design, so it's worth a redo. So I'm working on that, and I've done a little bit on it. I've worked on a couple of holes over the last few days, rebuilding fairways and greens. And again, it was, it's a public course. It's not a super hard course, and wasn't meant to have concrete ski slope greens. Like a lot of guys like to do. So, in that vein, I'm going to do a redux on it and republish it, and it'll have 3 tees, and, use it for a home course for my own society maybe, or, get some plays on it, and just try to do a bang-up job on it, and play test the hell out of it, before I let it go in the wild. So that's my plan. Currently, I'm still having problems with the club sets. I'm going to jump into my profile options here quickly and show you that a little bit. And it takes a few seconds to load. If it's anything more than 10 seconds, the servers might be dodgy, but they've been good for some days now, so I'm not having really any problems with that. Tick tock, tick tock. There we go. There's Lucifer. Okay, in his Sunday hell best. So you can see I have my club set to standard, which is the shorter set. You really almost have to go out of your way to hit a draw or fade. It pretty much wants to go straight. The thing is, in the last game, I was already playing hard swing and working on a more of a tempo, smooth style of swing. I'd already worked out some partial backswing shots that I was hitting smoothly, like say, you got a 120 pitching wedge, you only want to go 110 or so, and I had a pretty much nailed a 88 to 91% swing percentage there to achieve that, and I could do it for the most part. There was occasional failures, but anyway, the problem I've been having now is I had jumped into the tour set right away, and then I would find mid-round that I was reverting to the shorter clubs, like to the player clubs, usually early in the back nine, and if you're not paying attention, you don't notice. And plus, I think the swing sensitivity went whacked too. It wasn't even consistent to what the yardages I was supposed to get. So I'm going to leave it at standard here for these purposes. As far as it's pretty much a standard, driver 3-5 wood, all the irons through the pitching wedge, and the 2 scoring wedges and a putter. I've tried the hybrid. I'm not happy with what the hybrids do, and I think what we needed is a HLW high lob wedge for shorter distance. I don't think that gap wedge is really what I was hoping for, but anyway, so that's what I'm doing, and so now we're going to jump out of that. So anyway, that's where I'm starting. I was hitting tour clubs, and all of a sudden they were reverting to player clubs. I hit player clubs, they'd revert up to tour clubs. I picked standard clubs, they'd revert up to player clubs. Yesterday I went on the HB forum, game forum, which I haven't been on for a long time because I try to avoid getting into, those are rabbit holes there that, you make comments, you get insulted. So I try to stay away from that, and I was expecting to find, a huge uproar about these club sets changing mid-round, and there wasn't a thing about it. There's just a bunch of guys complaining they can't hit anything straight, and a bunch of designers talking about their problems with the legacy courses and stuff. So I don't know. I'm not having that problem. I've been working on my Rutgers course and making some changes, reworking the holes, removing some old assets that don't need to be there, and so I can put in some new ones, and saving every 5-10 minutes just to be on the safe side. And I've had no problems downloading my legacy course, reworking my legacy course, or saving my legacy course. These guys, I don't know. Last night, funny thing, one of the guys sends out this huge group message to everybody, I guess, on his friends list, players and designers, complaining about one thing they're having a problem with. So, being stupid, because, in my career, I was, in management. So if there was a problem, it was up to me to try to solve it. So, idiot that I am, if somebody says they're having a problem, I try to help. So, the problem was stated. I suggested the possibility of like 4 different things, maybe to check or try. And 5 minutes later, there's a reply to this thing here. Nope. One word, nope. I'm saying, well, nope to what? First of all, I just suggested like 4 things. One of them maybe has some merit, so you're just nope. Okay, so I immediately left that conversation, and I'm getting tired of people that put me on these group PlayStation 4 messages there, because I'm stupid enough to reply. So anyway, that's the state of things, and so now I'm going to get out of my profile. Yesterday, one of my friends had created a society, and he put up a tournament. I already played the first round, so I'm going to jump into that. So the TGC Amateur Society, we're playing at a age-off level. That's my society. Got about 11, 12 guys in there now, and we have a tournament going. A friend of mine created this society, which he's already gotten up to level 3 with a lot of activity, and that's great. So I'm going to jump into that. So he's upgraded it yet again. Okay, so there's an event up, event in progress. After the first round, I'm tied for 5th with a +1. So anyway, we're going to jump into that. Now, I've tried setting my club set, outside of the societies, outside of the tournaments, and they keep scrambling on me. So I am going to try something new here because I'm running out of ideas. I am going to go into profile from this screen and change something and see if it sticks. And just to see what's going to happen, I'm going to jump up to the players. They're a little bit longer, a little bit more sensitive, but you can do stick actuated draws and fades. And the standard there, it almost wants to go straight. So I really want to be able to work the ball a little bit. So I'm going to give this a try. I'm going to call it done. So I'm going to try adjusting it from here before I jump into a tournament round and see what happens. So I am just going to jump into begin round 2 here. And you see it's locked. It's going to be the blue tees to the number 2 pins today. This course wasn't, a total fustercluck as far as difficulty or ski slope, hard greens. So maybe some guys are, sharpening their pencil with the concrete trucks and the greens with the new version. I don't know. Let's hope. So anyway, off we go. So anyway, that's it for the commentary to introduce what's going on. If you're watching this stream here, pay attention. I'll be paying attention to see if the club set scrambles at some point.
Ladies
so,
and gentlemen,
all right.
welcome to you.
So I'm going to be silent now and
I can't wait to get things
go out and play
started.
this second round on this tournament.
Just about to kick off our coverage of this event here on the TGC network. And this is our second round coverage of our first event of this season. Let's get down to the first hole and see how this plays out. Phenomenal power on that one. And from 165 yards out. That looks like a 5-iron. All right, 20 feet out. Oh, and wouldn't that have been pretty? It's a solid attempt, but a very long putt. And starting today's round off at even par. And our leader today currently sitting at 9 under par. And now the second hole tee off. Yeah, it looks like a 5-iron. All right, he's on the green now. And now from 15 feet. This is about a 4-footer. That putt will drop for par. And after that hole, he will stay at even par. And as we look at the board, our leader is currently sitting at 9 under. And now, let us see what the third hole has in store. Let's see what happens here out of the rough. Oh, I'm not too sure about this one. This putt's about 7 feet to the cup. the birdie. And 1 under for the day after that hole. All right, here's the 4th hole. And I think he'll like that from 185 yards. Going with the 4 iron here. And this for the birdie. And about 5 feet from the cup. And that one will drop for par. And currently sitting at 1 under for the day. Okay, and here is the 5th hole. And I think you'll like that. And a $190 out here. This is a 4-iron. And from 24 feet away. "12 feet to go here." And just missing. And about 8 feet to the cup from here. And the bogey putt will drop. And after that hole, he will go up to even par. And as we look at the scoreboard, our leader is currently having a round of 9 under par. The next hole we have before us is a par 3. Let's see what happens. Here is the pitching wedge. This one's about 8 feet. And that one will drop for the bogey. And +1 on the day after that hole. Let's see what the 7th hole has in store today. And this shot's looking promising. From 115 yards out. Here's a pitching wedge. Five feet to go here. And that one goes for birdie. And after that hole, that's going to bring him down to even par. And that translates into 5th place for him on the leaderboard. And the 8th hole is next. It looks like he's going through some trees. Okay, and 135 yards to the pin. Here's a 9-iron. And this putt's for birdie. This one's about 6 feet away. And that one will drop. And next up is the par 5. This one's looking pretty good so far. And this is for birdie. And finishing this hole out with a solid putt. And after that hole, 1 under for the day.
Okay, folks, anybody tuned in or watching later on YouTube, got the front 9 in. This is where I take my customary 5-minute break. And So far, the club set has not changed on me. The driver's still the 265, everything else being equal. And that approach shot I made there, that's a wood club off the fairway is tough, but I went for it. I should have laid up with probably 30 yards short with an iron or something, but yeah, that's how it goes. All right, so far so good. I'm gonna turn the microphone back off now, and I'll be back in about 5 minutes to finish the round.
Okay, and the 10th hole. And look at the distance on this. From here, 110 yards to the pin. Going with a pitching wedge here. That's what I thought. Well, I thought it was pushed maybe. And about 17 feet left to go. And tapping that one in for bogey. And after that hole, that's going to put him up to even par. And our leader today currently sitting at 9 under par. Okay, now moving on to the 11th. Going with the 5-iron here. Bit too much club on that. And setting up here green side, but definitely in the rough. And to save par. This putt's right around 2 feet. And now let's take a look and see how things are going on the leaderboard. And 1 over for the day after that hole. And let's see what the 12th has in store. This is looking fairway bound. And 110 yards or so to the pin. Taking a shot with the pitching wedge. From 29 feet out. And about 5 feet to go here. And that one's going to go for par. And after that hole, 1 over for the day. And time for the 13th here. This is not looking good. Yeah, that's not what you want for your approach. And about 4 feet from the cup. And that putt drops for bogey. And after that one, sitting at 2 over for the day. Okay, let's see what this tee shot has in store on the 14th. Going with the 7-iron on this one. And that was extremely well struck. It was looking good the whole way in. For the birdie. And +1 on the day after that hole. And also that means he's 5th place on the leaderboard. And setting up now on the 15th tee. It appears to be heading for the fairway here. Going towards the green here. And this one's for birdie. Finishing this hole with a solid putt. And that performance will bring him down to even par. And as we look at the board, our leader is currently sitting at 9 under. And setting up on the 16th tee. Can't see him being very happy about that. Poor luck on that approach shot. And let's see what happens here from the sand. And with that, he's out of the bunker. He's going to be putting 11 feet to the cup. And that one drops for par. And after that one, he'll stay at even par. And as we look at the scoreboard, our leader is currently having a round of 9 under par. It's looking like this is bound for the short stuff. From 145 yards out. Going with the 8-iron here. And this putt is for birdie. Nice little putt. And after that hole, 1 under for the day. And moving on to the 18th hole. think this one's going to find the fairway. And about 200 yards to the pin. I think that's a 5-iron. And he's on the green. Putter's coming out. And this next putt for a 69 on the final round. For the birdie. Well, that is all for us here at the TGC Network. We thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you next time.